Hi everyone, my name's Brad. Let's have a drink, sit back, and chat about the supply chain logistics behind everyone's second heartbeat, our electronic devices. Currently, the rate at which new electronics is being produced is quicker than ever before, and the demand for said products is always ever changing. As a result, it is imperative for companies in this field to have a flexible supply chain which is able to react to current and future customer demands. For today's example, we're going to have a look at Sony Entertainment. Now, due to the high profile and cost of the products that Sony manufactures, their supply chain needs to be seamless. As can be seen in their basic supply chain structure on the company website, they have suppliers who will produce the raw materials and parts, and all of these get sent to either subcontractors or in-house manufacturing facilities, which will then create the final product. This final product then gets sent to either Sony flagship stores or authorized third-party retailers. Now, this all sounds kind of simple, doesn't it? Well, in reality, a company which needs to focus on creating multiple high-value products which get sent all around the world means their supply chain is much more complex. And it's going a little bit more like this. As Sony produces their parts and materials from various places around the world, their suppliers are split into three tiers, with Tier 3 being the raw materials and substances. These products help the Tier 2 suppliers who will supply particular parts, such as your semiconductors, and these will all go to the Tier 1 suppliers, the manufacturing facilities, who will then create the product. It is also common for other consumer electronic companies to source from the same Tier 3 and Tier 2 suppliers. Once a product is created by the Tier 1 suppliers, a fourth-party logistics company, which focuses on the niche market of consumer electronic transportation, will transport the goods to their intended retail locations. Eventually, the product will land in the hands of their Tier 1 buyers, us. As this is all quite complex, Sony have developed their own in-house logistics organisation, Sony Supply Chain Solutions. This subsidiary handles the responsibility of procuring and fulfillment of goods, inventory management, as well as some international logistics issues, to name a few. The company have also developed their own in-house industry-standard software which rates air cargo and customs clearing businesses to ensure that all their products are sent both safe and efficiently. Let's go back to the couch and talk a bit more about transportation. The reason why contracting a reputable, safe logistics company is important is due to the security risk of transporting these high-value goods. As a result, many companies like Sony are a part of the Transport Asset Protection Association, which focuses on many companies sharing ideas on how to keep their cargo safe on the move. As a result, the niche market of electronic transportation is now widely used, as companies are realizing contracting a fourth-party logistics provider is cheaper than actually creating their own security measures. For example, the trucks in these logistics companies are already fitted with trackers, sensors, and door alarms. Many consumer electronic companies also utilize the Internet of Things to keep track of stock numbers in warehouses, distribution facilities, and retailers. Using stock keeping units, SAP, and RFID technology, companies are able to get stock updates in real time. The capabilities of these technologies also mitigates the risk against supply chain disruption. RFID technology can also be used in the Tier 1 supplier when it comes to reverse logistics. For example, if a customer sends a product back to the Tier 1 supplier for repair, the Tier 1 supplier must have all the parts on hand from the Tier 2 and Tier 3 suppliers. Otherwise, if they don't, there's going to be a lot of negative comments on their social media pages. As a result, having all particular parts on hand is vitally important, and it is virtually impossible to predict the demand on the reverse logistics chain.
But Brad, are there any challenges these companies might face in the future?
Good question, that. Whilst we're not certain on the exact challenges which will be faced, we do know a couple of things. Firstly, there is a current shift towards more cloud-based technologies and e-commerce sales, which might affect the way the supply chain currently works as more products are bypassing retail stores. Secondly, it's also important firms stay on top of all potential security risks of their digital databases. Another issue to think about is the firm's corporate social responsibility and the harmful effects e-waste might have on the environment. How will this affect the way we currently live? All these questions we don't currently have answers for. However, what we do know is the future success of a company will most certainly be a direct result of their supply chain management.